What's up? My name is Josh Moxey, and I might start out with saying, what the fuck is up, world? My name is Josh Moxey, and this is the third installment of Weekly Reflections, and I might start calling it Reflections, because that sounds so nice. It's so clean. This week, I am having a stopwatch in the background so I can check this and hopefully do under 38 minutes seems to be the common theme. So anyways, let's get into it. As per usual, start off with some wins. I've organized them in a different way in my doc this time. This week I'm trying out just organizing things by project. So you've got there's Infinity, there's lists, there's joshmoxey.com, there's content, then there's etc. and actually there's skills as well. So skill development, but there's also the etc. to basically hold all the extra other random stuff that don't have a clear category. So what were some wins this week? Let's see. This week I spent a decent amount of time on lists. This is something I was talking about, I think, in week 1, where I was saying that I didn't take enough time to work on lists, and the important part of lists is I should say lists again. The important part, by the way, I forgot to introduce the date and explain that. It is because I'm fucking 2 weeks behind right now. I'll get to that later. It's November 27th, 2:38 a.m. Obviously still awake from the 26th. So, and obviously 2017 if I didn't say that. It's late, okay? Everyone's asleep, it's just me up. Fun fact, by the way. I'm in really dim lighting at this hour. And then for these videos, because I need better lighting, I turn on every bright light. So it just wakes me the fuck up. And I'm kind of in this more, whatever the brainwave state is when you're in a good creative setting, but also awake. It's basically that. And, but it just wakes me the fuck up when all these lights come on. So, and also different setting, I know. It's literally just what you normally see is right there, and then I just shifted it this way for experimental purposes. So that in itself I think is a win, because I like testing things and trying out new tactics, new strategies, all that jazz. So Infinity. We'll start off with Infinity. I still don't want to talk more about Infinity, so I'm not going to, but just there's a lot of brainstorming, defining, a lot of purposeful, there's just a lot of thought going on in this right now, and not a lot of, it sounds bad not to say not a lot of action. It is action. It's just more a lot of, I'm making sure I lay the proper foundation, or else I could totally build the wrong thing. So I'm trying to do this in a different way than I have in the past with different things, different strategies, different techniques for how I'm discovering the ideas. There's just a lot of different random things going on. And yeah, that is the case. What can I share though? That is friendly. Also, I'm aware of how much I say it's something I'm going to be working on, probably starting now. I'm also really going to be working on being okay with being fucking silent. It's fine. You guys are not going to die. So yeah, there's there was this layout that I was really the structure is what I'm defining right now. It's a lot of cognitive thought, a lot of creative thinking. It's a lot of strain mentally. Yeah, I'm trying, and I'm learning lots of lessons of doing it, which is great. and I should cover some of those in the lesson section. How are we doing right now for time? 5 minutes in already, just flying time. Okay. Lists. Yeah, so working on the UI right now, I did the top of the UI, making sure that's good. Now the items that are pending, so they're adding, and then when you add them, they're actually showing up, because I didn't have that before, because I was just using it as a prototype. And I've redesigned the items. So what you're going to be seeing now is, before it was like you'd see like the text and the image, and then on the image it was like the text would be like only if you hover, and then for just how you normally see it, it'd be only if you hover you could see the text, and it would just be like in the bottom corner. Whereas like now I've changed that to the text is always available, but it's under this. So you've got the image, and then you've got like the text right below, and then that container that wraps it all together is like the item, quote unquote. And I also, something so simple, but like increasing the border radius to make it less sharp and more round. That was my visualization right there of that, and it looks so much better. So I'm very pleased with that. I also might add, like, this is such like gritty UI details, but I'm toying with what I should do, if I should keep the background white. I might make it customized. I might make it, it's very high chance I do make it customized, but I'm looking at what YouTube's doing with their new design. It's like I forget what it's called. It's basically material design for the YouTube version of it, and it's, holy fuck, I'm just talking at the speed of fucking light right now. So YouTube, yes, they have like the slightest off. I think, yeah, it's 5 points below white, so it's just like in terms of gray. That makes no sense. It's in a 255 RGBA scale, which is like, okay. it's a 250, and it's just like the slightest off white, but it can be very nice if I do this correctly. So I might do that. Anyways, that's like, and I also started the pop-up, so if you click on one of the items, it like explodes. It zooms in, it focuses. It's gonna be called like focus, basically. And yeah, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing with this list, by the way, is just like what internalized should have been in the list aspect of it. And then if I haven't shared this, yeah, I did share this before, but infinity, yeah, so like lists, it basically internalized what it was is like branching off into two things that were the internalizes key strengths. So just doubling down on the strengths for each. So lists, obviously, the list component and the compilations and that jazz. And with infinity, it's the wisdom and the content, like the notes of the content of all of the random things, that like the quotes, all that jazz, the action steps, all of it, all that wisdom stuff based on the long form content I consume. So next, joshmoxey.com. Minimal stuff done here. I wish I did more. It's not on my power list right now, so I cannot guarantee it happens every day. And yeah, so I got a sidebar going for, it's just like little things that I've never actually, it's like very easy to do, but sometimes there's little things that I never actually give myself the chance to do. So like something as simple as making a sidebar at, you see like the content, everything is in a column, but if the browser expands to a certain point, then certain parts of the bottom rise up to the side. And it's like what you see with something like YouTube. On mobile, you see like the related videos are right under, but on the desktop, you're seeing the related videos are right to the right of the video. So that's an example of what I'm talking about there. Secondly, what can I say? Just like little things, little details that I'm just tweaking right now. Yeah, just a lot of little tweaks and details. Nothing like too crazy worth sharing. content. Yeah, I took a weird amount of time studying Gary's content and his strategy. I was looking for patterns, and that must have spent like maybe around 2 hours, maybe more, maybe even less. I don't actually know, but it's around there. And I was just like monitoring what he's doing with his outros. What's he doing with his content strategy? Why is everything daily V right now? Trying to understand what's going on in his mind. It's interesting to watch and observe. And with that, I also was doing that because I was looking for outros and to create the outro for my long form content, and that's the reason why I haven't fucking put up any reflection videos or reflection audios yet, because I just haven't created an outro. And I finally got the outro, and yeah, I really like the outro. I'm a fan. It's probably simple to a lot of people. To me, I just love creating art, and it's especially purposeful art, which is what basically design is at its core definition. Just a lot of fun. So yeah, and then also working on and this is by the way, and this is in addition to me recording random videos of me talking with my thoughts and that type of thing. So some recording going on, some obviously this. The closer I get to joshmoxey.com being up, by the way, the closer even more content's coming, because I have all these random series that I'm keeping on the back burner right now, just waiting for joshmoxey.com to be up, because it's got to be it's basically like the host, the hub, because I need to link out and be able to, as soon as they land on joshmoxey.com, be able to link them out everywhere else. So it's yeah, I have no metaphor right now for that, but that is the case. React, still really, really good. I'm enjoying this so much. I cannot wait to build fully with React, and Redux, obviously, but fuck, man, it's so nice. It is a little bit complex at times, but once I get it, holy fuck. React and Redux is just fucking phenomenal. +1 for sticky keys, or whatever the hell I just pressed. Filter keys? What the hell is that? I'm confused. Did it get changed? Is it no longer called sticky keys? Or something, whatever the other one is? Or is it two? Anyways, trying the Oak meditation app. There's a video on that. Should be up by the time this airs. Alright, I'm doing good for time. Doing good. Okay. Trying to go faster this week. What could have made this week better? And things to do next week. Posting to the fucking podcast. So, I didn't post at all this week. Haven't posted since last Wednesday or something. Not proud of it. Pretty annoyed at it, actually. Could have been even last Tuesday, which makes it even worse. That's almost 2 weeks. For fuck's sakes. I do not like that whatsoever. And content is highly related to my mood. AKA, if I'm not posting content, that makes me not very happy, because it's so important in a 2017 world to have content up and frequently coming. It's it's the lifeblood of the fucking internet, for fuck's sakes. It's it just needs to be there, and I've got to do a better job of following through with that. But even though that's not the case, I am glad I am just working on it every day. Right now it's an hour plus I have to work on content every day, and that's going well. I'm enjoying it a lot. Content right now just feels very natural. Like I was saying last week, it just feels very right. So it's not really much of an effort in the least. Just enjoying or just flowing with what is, rather than trying to create content, just documenting all that jazz. So anyways, I really should be posting more content, and not just on the podcast, also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. Really, really should be doing a better job with that. Listening to more audio during my nightly ritual. Yeah, sometimes I can just get sidetracked during my nightly ritual, and there are some things that I like listen to. Sometimes I listen to nothing. That's pretty rare. But maybe I'm like texting, which is fine if I'm texting the right person. But if I'm texting the wrong person, it's yeah. Basically, the point is it's not about texting the right or the wrong person. The point is positivity. If I'm not feeling good during my nightly ritual, it's the time for reflection and like input. For me, at least, I like to just have like an audio in the background or whatever. And when I say audio, by the way, I mean a podcast, a tutorial, an audiobook, what have you, something like that. Some sort of like thing to move my life forward in some aspect, whether that's like mental action steps, what have you. But I think it's just important because that input time really dramatically helps when I wake up to be more fucking pumped for the day. And I'm pretty good at being pumped for the day naturally. And I think it's because of things like that. Like I really just care about having that like reflective period, then also that educational period. Yeah. Going to bed early. Talked about this last week. Just not the case right now. It got even worse. It's at like 5 a.m. I think the past 2 nights or some shit like that. Lined up to be at about 5 a.m. as well tonight. Waking up at like 12:30. I'm a little embarrassed to say that, but the reality is it's all relative. Like getting like 7.5 hours right now, and then my body's like, wake the fuck up, it's 12:30. So yeah, I look forward to the day where I get up early. In a perfect world, it would be 8 and 12, meaning 12 a.m. to bed, 8 a.m. up. That's 8 hours. It's perfect. If I go more than 8 hours, I start getting overtired because I just sleep forever. It's so nice. It's like a different, I just love sleep. Go into that another time, but we have to get moving, so we'll keep moving. Checking fantasy less. I play fantasy hockey, and I should check fantasy less because I like to check on what's going on, but me checking is not changing the score because that has nothing to do with me. I'm just an observer, which is kind of a waste of time if it's like if it may interrupt my workflow. Like say I'm like, fuck, I really want to check this, and then I check it, and then what if it's bad? And then it might like ruin my mood if I'm not paying attention to my mood and like handling it properly. That's definitely unfortunate. Thankfully, it's not going to happen right now because I'm fucking dominating the league. But I'm tied. I think I should be tied for first after this week. And I've been first maybe the whole time. Anyways, it's like week 8, 9, something like that. Anyways, I enjoy hockey. It's a good time. What else can I say? Treehousing it up. That's exactly what I wrote there. teamtreehouse.org.com. I think it's .com. I don't know 100% though. But it's I don't even know what to call it. It's like a fucking crazy database of a shit ton of videos. And it's like you pay a service fee or a month or can't speak. What's it called? Membership fee? Something like that. Anyways, you pay like a very small membership fee and you get access to like a shit ton of coding videos, and I think it's just super helpful the way they have it set up is just wonderful. Anyways, doing more of that, taking the time to like master the basics of coding even more, because I think it's very important. Because if there's a crack in the foundation, You can only, I love this phrase that was taught to me many years ago by a mentor. You can only go as high up as your foundation is deep. Reusing oak meditation. I only did it once. I would like to do it again. That was super relaxing. Super, super, super relaxing. What else? Okay. Doing good. Good for time. All right. Lessons. The cloud is my friend if I secure it properly. I don't require having practically anything offline. In the case of an emergency, or if I have no Wi-Fi, all I require is a select few things. A few select things? Which one's right? I don't know. I think the latter. Available offline. I just realized this today. I'm like, holy fuck. I've heard Kevin Rose talk about this in the past, and I was like, it planted the seed almost when he was talking about how powerful the cloud is and how much he uses the cloud and how little he actually uses the local storage, if you will, the offline, the what's actually going on in your hard drive, wherever the hard drive is located on the fucking laptop. I have no idea. But yeah, I was just like, it just finally clicked today. I'm like, holy fuck. I touch maybe 20 gigabytes of files, could be less, could be a little bit more, something along the lines of 20 gigabytes a day. And I have almost a full terabyte. Yeah, I was literally like 3 gigabytes away today from being a full terabyte full of files on my laptop, and it's killing my laptop. Just like, it was so slow, I can't even. I don't know why I just said I can't even. I haven't said that in years. That's so strange. Instant regret. But yeah, I started, because of this like realization and also panic because my laptop it seemed like it was just dying today because of how slow it was going. I decided to pay the 99 cents for iCloud for 50 gigabytes. That's the quality of life you're buying for 99 cents per month just to get that extra leeway. It's just like bananas. It's fucking amazing. So, and then there's also Google Drive, and Google Photos is fucking all time amazing from what I've seen so far. Like, it's all free. It's like 16 megapixels tops, which is whatever, it's fine, pretty good. And I don't think I'm taking many photos above 16 megapixels, and then 1080 max for the videos, and it's like, you get unlimited. So I just have a ton of photos in there, thankfully, of all my prep backups, and it's like, it's gonna save me so much space on my laptop, and thank God for it. So yeah, thank God for that. I'm hoping that this just creates a ton of space for me, especially because of all this like video now that I'm creating, that it's just taking up a shit ton of space for me. So whenever I'm stuck on a decision, this is around like product for this specific case, but I think it's very helpful to start looking at comparables. If I haven't said this, by the way, we're in the lessons section. Okay. It's very, very, very helpful to look at comparables in like related products. Even like you can look at random stuff, but just thinking of different metaphors and thinking of different relatable products and all that jazz to help guide me and give me clarity so I can access more potential options, and therefore it'll allow me to reach clarity faster and easier. So with lists, I was looking at like Pinterest. I was looking at what they did with like their top of a board is what they call it. What that looks like with the title, their icons, how they have it set up, where's what, and what else was I looking at? What it looks like how you can press a pin and what happens, like it expands, all that jazz. I was just looking at like what they do, and then something like Trello obviously has been something that Trello and Pinterest have been like a lot of the main inspiration, and Internalize obviously, but those two are the big like giants for me. Pinterest and Trello that have been massive inspiration for me for lists. It's like kind of taking what I like in both and providing me this like medium ground, because I like them both, but there's no tool in between that addresses that. Like I love like the text, and I love the pictures, and I love the grid format of this, but I neither have the shuffle, and yeah, so it's like kind of like the best of both worlds there. Meaning the specific part of, I take a lot of lists, I want them to act like Pinterest, and I also I want a Pinterest-like setup, but I want it to be shuffled, but I also want the text element to make like lists in addition. I want like that medium ground, because I think there's such a magic in that medium ground, at least for my personal use, that it just operates so well with the way I create lists and how my brain works with certain things. So I think there's an important little niche right there that I am creating that list for. So that, I just think is incredibly important to like look at these things for inspiration. Not copy. Copy's not good, but just grab some inspiration, steal some inspiration, take the best and combine it, and then create some fucking awesome thing. So there's that. When I'm low on hard drive, it makes my laptop infinitely slower. Learned that the past few days. Best for me to work on content after my post-workout. And that's specifically worded like that, because there's like workout, then there's post-workout. So, and then there's content, because post-workout is like contrast therapy. Then obviously walking upstairs and all jazz, contrast therapy. And then during this, I'm having my audios playing in the background. Usually it's Gary Vee with his Gary Vee audio experience. So then I'm doing contrast therapy in the shower, which ends up being like 13 minutes. There's like 3 minutes of ice cold, fucking so freezing water. My God. So there's that. And then like I do my protein shake. In between, I'm like getting ready. And then what else? Sometimes just like random little, like maybe I'll make some toast as well in addition to the protein shake. But where was I going with this? Right. So like, because I'm listening to Gary Vee, and because I've probably had a lot of opportunity to think during my workout, it allows me to like get in this state where I'm really feeling like I want to create a lot of content. There's just something about my mindset after that really resonates with the type of mindset that's best for creating content. So, and I don't mean necessarily like getting on video per se or recording something. I mean more like doing the design for something, or looking at it, or auditing stats, or fucking all this random stuff that goes into content creation. Doing the intros. Yesterday was like doing the outros. Things like this. I just find it very, very, very nice right after a workout, or right after the post-workout rather. Oh, yeah. So if I don't go to bed early, or I don't go to bed early because I get all pumped up right before, or like at around like 12 a.m. And then I don't get up early because I don't have a good enough reason to get up early. And then I also wrote, and I dislike going to bed early. But that's just right now. I only dislike going to bed early right now. Like I would love to do 12 a.m. and 8 a.m. But the point is, the reason why I haven't done it, I don't have a good enough reason right now to like change. That's the simple fact, I think, for all things that don't change. The why is not powerful enough. it's just I have no reason to. I have like some reason. I'm like, oh yeah, but it would feel better. But like, really, it feels great being up at 2 a.m. as well working. So the feel good is relative for sure. There's definitely some like feel bad though when I wake up and it's like, I'm so late in the day already. The worst part about it is something related to another point, which is I like to get in like 3, 4, 5 hours of work before workout. But right now I'm getting like 1 because I want to do the workout relatively before I start eating heavy. Because if I start getting nauseous during my workout, it's almost always because this is one of the lessons I wrote down. It's because I've eaten too much heavy food and or I've eaten too much right before, like even like too much fruit. That's the thing. So love my mangoes and grapes. Those things are fucking elite. Yeah. So it's just a matter of like getting a stronger why in order to actually change my sleep schedule. It's gonna happen at some point. I just have to get a stronger why, and I look forward to that day. If my form is suffering in a workout context, it's okay to reduce the weight. Proper form is more important. This is something like my ego doesn't even want to share right now, but or even just sharing that, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, there's this like sense of wanting to not drop the weight. Even like with pull-ups the other day, I was like, holy fuck, my form is not very good with this set, and it's just like I want to keep going, but I think it'd be better if I modified and got the proper form rather than like doing things like recruiting muscles that shouldn't be like there's like this certain workouts that just, where am I going with this? My brain is just everywhere right now. But yeah, it's okay to reduce the weight. It's okay I just think form is incredibly important. You might not. That's okay. I still am a very big rookie in the workout central, but I think form is way more important than the weight, because I feel like the proper form is what creates the most muscle. So, and I don't actually know, but that's just my insight on what I think it is. Here's a good one. Video shot on iPhone, it doesn't work properly in Premiere Pro because it's set up, the iPhone video is set up in a way where it's variable frame rate, which if I recall correctly, it's like it changes throughout. So, but whereas constant frame rate is VBR, CBR, and CBR constant is the exact same throughout the entire video, but iPhone video records in variable, which I didn't know, and Premiere Pro does not like that at all. And when you import video from iPhone, if you're looking for the audio, it's like all fucking delayed and shit, so it's not good at all, which means I have to handbrake the video in order to actually fix it. It's not my favorite thing, but shit happens. Thankfully, there's actually a solution because it's really fucking annoying. What else can I say here? I am a magician on the wire in fantasy. I have that written down. Okay. What we document now is what our grandchildren will see. Through social media and virtual mediums, this is the most documented time in our history ever. We're literally writing, by the way, I'm reading what I'm seeing here. And we're literally writing our legacy by what we post on Instagram, the videos we upload on YouTube, and the comments we leave on Facebook. Everything is out there, period. I think that's incredibly important. The fact that, like, the comment, the like on the wrong thing or the right thing, the share, it's all being documented. It's like this crazy fucking massive database that I don't understand if ever anyone can fathom that we're basically just creating this insane, hugely massive, just virtual version of ourselves that our grandchildren, our children, our great grandchildren are going to see. Or fuck, there was one in between there. Anyways, the fact is, right now in this moment, we are documenting what exactly they're going to see, and I think if more people understood that, they might take what they're about to post a little bit more seriously. I think people would take their lives a little bit more seriously, because they many times are just posting things that I don't think they'd be proud of showing their grandchildren. So, and stuff like that. I think that's just in terms of legacy talk and long-term thinking. So, but yeah, like, I feel it's important to think about, like, it's also a lot of reason why I have a drive to do videos like this. Like, I really didn't want to do this about half an hour ago, but I said fuck it, and it's time to do this anyways, because I was thinking about, like, how important this is going to be down the road. And I think that if more people thought in terms of that lens, their habits would be a little bit different on social media, online, on whatever medium you're talking about. When I've exhausted my mental power in one medium, it's very, very helpful to move to a different medium, but and even cover the exact same thing. So with Infinity, I had exhausted my, I was working in a Google Doc, brainstorming ideas, and I just realized how fucking my hands are everywhere trying to, like, visualize everything. But yeah, so I was in Google Docs typing away, and I just, like, trying to brainstorm ideas for something, and I got to a point where I reached the capacity for that at that moment. So Google Docs it served its purpose. Then I whipped out pencil and paper and just started sketching what I was typing about in a way where it was, like, more visual, and I was able to see things in a different light, and it just changed things in a way where I could much better understand it. I think I wrote, what did I say? It's crucial to see something in multiple lights so that you can fully understand it. It's like I'm seeing the Google Doc. It's like one aspect, and I change it, and I get to, like, it's almost like turning it, and you can see it from a different angle when you're sketching, and then maybe I'm, like, talking about it verbally to whatever. I'm using my mouth to explain it, and that's, like, even a different angle. And it's like the more angles you can see, the more you can wrap your head around it fully. So, and once you can get to the full every angle, that's, like, the magic place where you fully understand it. Fuck. It's the longest episode so far. But anyways, that was good. I think that was good content overall. Yeah. I'm not really sure what else to say, so I think that's been good enough. That has been installment 3 of Reflections. And I, as always, am Josh Moxey, and go dominate. Go kick ass. And I will see you next week for Reflections 4. 004, that is. See you then.